Hi everyone, and welcome to the fourth in my series of videos about what's caught my eye in the world of 360 cameras and videos. Oh, and if we haven't met before, thanks for coming to my channel to watch. I really appreciate it. My name is Saab Johal and welcome to my channel, which is all about mobile and 360 video and photography and how to edit for great results. First today is the GoPro Max 360. In case you haven't heard, there are a ton of videos out there talking about the specs of the camera, which is available for pre-order right now. And expect a ton of videos to drop at the end of this month when those creators who have been lucky enough to get hold of a review device start dropping their videos after GoPro lift their embargo. But here's my summary of the new specs you should look out for, some reasons why this might be the camera you're looking for, and some notes of caution too. Right, let's go through the video possibilities. In non-360 or hero mode, as GoPro are calling it, that means it simulates the non-360 view of one of their more familiar Hero series cameras. There are two possibilities for shooting. It can shoot at 1080, that's 1920 by 1080p in 16:9 ratio, or 1440p, which is 1920 by 1440 in 4:3 ratio. Both of these modes are available at 24, 25, 30, 50 and 60 frames per second. Now bitrates on H.264 codec on non-360 are 30 Mbps and 45 Mbps, which I don't think is particularly fantastic. Or if shooting 1440 at 50 or 60 FPS, then you can achieve bitrates of 60 or 78 Mbps, which is better. Or you can shoot in these non-360 hero modes using H.265 codec at 24 or 36 Mbps. Or if shooting 1440 at 50 or 60 FPS, then you can achieve bitrates of 45 or 60 Mbps. I'll talk more about the differences between H.264 and H.265 codecs in just a minute. For 360 video, here are the stats you need to know. The resolution is 5376 by 2688 at 25 or 30 frames per second. The 360 mode can only shoot using H.265 codec and it shoots at 60 Mbps bitrate. So if we think of the H.265 as twice as efficient as the H.264 codec, then we can roughly predict that the GoPro Max shooting at 60 in H.265 will be roughly equivalent to the GoPro Fusion shooting at 120 Mbps at H.264. But we won't know for sure until we start seeing what the actual footage looks like. And one of the key variables will be how the camera captures and implements dynamic range, how much detail there is in the highlights and shadows of the video captured and rendered. Now, real-time stitching and stabilization looks to be available in both hero mode and most probably in 360 video mode too, although we can't be rock solid sure about that just yet. Now, if that's true for a consumer level camera, that's new, and it'll be really interesting to see what this looks like in real life. But overall, I'm still not super excited. I don't know, I guess I'm left wanting a bit more. I was hoping for more. It'll be interesting to see some of the footage coming out when the camera is out in the wild. Now, the pros and cons you need to think about include most likely a replaceable lens, which is good, or at least a lens cover, the fact that the camera is waterproof, which could be a game changer for many, and a large actual live view touchscreen display. Again, big thumbs up. But if you're trying to solve all your footage needs in one camera, then I think you might need to watch out for shooting in hero mode. GoPro aren't likely to want to eat their own lunch, so don't expect this to be anywhere near as good as shooting with a Hero 8. I'm sure GoPro have engineered things so that you won't be able to get the equivalent detail or stabilization shooting in hero mode on a GoPro Max compared with a Hero 8. Now, I might be wrong, but I'm sure they'd want you to buy both devices if they could convince you to. But hey, if you're happy just to be able to use hero mode in the same device as a 360 camera and just have one device, then this might be the camera you're looking for. For the Hero 8 though, you'll have some add-ons like the mic. However, the stabilization of the GoPro Max looks pretty phenomenal. So again, we'll just have to wait and see what that looks like in hero mode. Okay, so what doesn't the GoPro Max have? Well, it doesn't have HDR video, which means better dynamic range, but then that might come later. It's a bit of a gamble to count on that though. And also yet to be seen what the editing app for the GoPro Max will look like in the end and what platforms it will support too. Oh, and if you're interested in the photo capabilities of the GoPro Max 360, then check out the link I'll leave in my description to Mick Ty's video. He's a real pro at this stuff and he's got a great summary on his channel. Alright, my second story for today is the StereoPi, an open source stereoscopic camera based on the super cheap Raspberry Pi. It can capture, save, live stream and process real-time stereoscopic video and images. StereoPi says that opens up countless possibilities in robotics, AR, VR, computer vision, drone instrumentation, panoramic video and more. And they've already built demos showing what can be achieved using their kits, including live streaming 3D video over the internet on YouTube, live streaming 3D video directly into an Oculus Go, and wireless streaming 3D video from a drone too. Now StereoPi also describe how creating a 360-degree panoramic camera is as easy as stitching together the two images from two wide-angle cameras to create a single spherical image. All you need is a mounting plate for the cameras and either an onboard or offboard stitching software to do that job. And they have an example of what you can do with StereoPi and a panoramic stitcher like Hugin on their crowd supply website. Check out the link in the description for this video. They've not quite hit main production in their business plan yet, but they're not far away from their pilot run. If you'd like to get a bit more of a hands-on view with your camera, you might be interested in what they've got in store and in customizing your own amazing gear. Okay, third in this edition of My Camera News is the collaboration between Ricoh and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, announcing that they have jointly developed a 360 camera for use in outer space, allowing the capture of 360-degree spherical images shot outside of a spacecraft. Apparently, the camera, based upon the Ricoh Theta series, was due to be transported to the International Space Station on September the 11th this year, but there was a fire on the launch pad. However, the transfer vehicle carrying the camera was eventually successfully launched on September 25th, 2019. Now, compared to the standard Theta camera, the space-oriented version has modifications aimed at withstanding both heat and radiation that the device can be expected to be subjected to. Dimensions are just a touch smaller on each axis than the current flagship model, the Ricoh Theta Z1 apparently. Now, you'll find all the links for all the stories I've talked about today in the pinned comment below and the description too. And that's it for my roundup today. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more cool 360 content from me, Saab Johal. Until I see you again, cheers and go well.